Sorry, I know I've just said we're right to go, but I kind of have to.
Oh, you got to crack it open.
I guess.
You got to.
Oh yeah, I mean, I was going to do a can based on Jeremy Cameron's celebration, but a can doesn't fit as nicely in these fine leg to full forward stubby holders as bottles do.
Nice.
So cheers.
One
fuck
happy
me, that
man.
tastes sweet.
Sweet.
It's sweet like victory.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Before we start,
Yeah.
right? I don't know. I sound a bit croaky.
Yeah, right.
My phone is doing this weird thing. All right, so I apologize if it happens. It's been going on like randomly since probably about 5:20 on Saturday. It just randomly kind of makes this weird sound.
Right.
It's been pretty good today, but if it happens sometime throughout the episode,
Okay.
I do apologize.
Yeah.
I hope it. Oh, fuck, it's done it again.
That's
Fuck.
insane.
Shit.
Again.
Well, while I try and figure out how to stop this, I'm just gonna have another sip. That's right.
You do that, mate. Welcome back to another episode of Fine Legged Full Forward. Congrats, mate. Before we do anything else, congrats.
Oh, thank you. I feel like I was heavily involved in the process. I feel like,
Without you, none of this would have happened.
Oh, yeah, I'm happy to play my part.
Yeah.
I feel like I did pretty well to keep a lid on it all year.
Yes.
Yes. I feel this might be quite an unpopular opinion, but I feel like I kept my nerves relatively in check. No, I didn't really keep them in check at all, did I?
I remember watching throughout the whole game that I was watching. I was like, would he be nervous? Yeah.
Yeah, it was, I think, because it wasn't close at halftime, but it kind of wasn't disastrous. Like we've blown 6-goal leads before, so I'm like, I'm happy with where we are.
Yeah,
but it all comes down to how we start the third quarter, the Premiership quarter.
Yes,
and so when we kick the first couple, I'm just like, okay, I'm liking where this is going. I'm probably going to start relaxing a little bit.
Yeah,
and for the most part, I got to enjoy the second half. So
you got to enjoy it.
I was very happy. It was a great day. I went and watched it with my family. So yeah, great to share that moment with my old man.
Yeah.
I got some ripper photos.
Yeah. No, I remember. Yeah, you sent one like straight after the game, and the lid is off.
The lid is off. The lid is off. I think it's more relief than anything.
Yeah, right.
Because I've probably mentioned on this show before when things haven't gone Geelong's way in September.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, just give it away, blow it all up, and we'll start again. That's the way it works. That's what we do.
Yeah.
And they've never conformed to that idea.
Yeah.
And it's just a relief to kind of see it happen after coming so close so many times. So I think it's fair to say I'm going pretty well. How are you going, mate? How are you?
Going well, mate. Going well. I watched the game. I didn't watch it with you. I watched it with a good friend of the show, Statsman Richard Tang, which was great to see. Great to see Richard.
Were you on time?
What's that?
Were you on time?
No, I missed the first bounce.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah.
So did I.
You missed the first bounce.
I wasn't late, but I missed the first bounce.
When did you, like 30 seconds in, 20 seconds in or something? Or
so it didn't look like they'd done the coin toss or anything yet. So I'm like, I've got a couple minutes here. So I just nipped off for a piss. Yeah. Came back and Tom Hawkins was lined up for goal. I'm going, what the fuck? So I think it was like 40 seconds or something in.
Okay. Yeah. Right. Nice.
Anyway, we'll talk about the game.
Yeah.
Eventually.
But Mad Monday has happened.
Yeah. I mean, Geelong are usually pretty good. At Mad Mondays. I think they've been the best on ground this year and the best off ground, I reckon, so far.
Yeah. It was clever. I feel like they've done it before. I don't know if I'm just making this up or if
all dressed up as old people.
Yeah, because it's not the first. Obviously, they've been known as the old team for a while now. It's not like it's a new thing. I feel like, especially when Isaac Smith came over. There were jokes about like retirement home, blah blah blah.
Well, even the 2011 flag, it was too old, too slow.
Yeah.
It turned into too good then as well.
Yeah.
So it's certainly not a new thing.
No, but did pretty well. Oh yeah, nice. Have you got another as backup? Because I feel like you'll get through.
I might go through them. Yeah, I've really got to. I've probably had too much to drink for the last few days. It's probably ran it in a bit. But tell you what, I probably haven't had as much as the Geelong boys.
Yeah, probably not as much as Jezza. Probably not as much as Jezza.
I'm sure we've all seen the footage of him with his bloody cow and the Premiership medal.
What is he saying? It was like,
so it's like what was it? Early hours in the morning. It's like 4:30, 5 a.m. something like that. And he's like, we've done something silly. We've done something real silly. And he flips his camera around. And his cow's there. He's like, can I have my medal back? And you can tell he's fucking maggoted.
Yeah,
you can tell he's gone.
Yeah.
And then one of his mates that he's with is obviously trying to work out how to get it off the cow.
No,
just let him have it for the night. Just let him. And he's like, go on, enjoy it. Enjoy talking to the cow.
Talking to the cows. And he dressed up as a chicken.
Yeah.
So random. Like everyone else is like,
yeah, I don't actually know the story there. I don't know if he's spent a couple of nights in the chicken shed post grand final. I don't know, but he's a fucking weird character, but he's a bloody funny character. That's for sure. Speaking of weird characters,
yeah, I'll cop it.
All right, let's run it. But now, so. For those who might remember, those who might not remember, we were running a bit of a meme competition, courtesy of this very photogenic man to my right.
Mm-hmm.
And we said we were going to post it on. We said we were going to post some of them on the pod Insta page, and we never really got around to that.
Yep.
So I guess we should probably decide on a winner, and I guess we can kind of do this off air.
Yeah.
But posting on Instagram in mind, if you swipe this way, you'll be able to see the winner.
Nice.
Do you want to do it as well?
Swipe this way to see the winner.
Your guess is as good as ours right now. We'll see. We'll see what happens, and we will share that on the page, and we'll obviously get in touch with who the winner actually is. I guess for the last time in footy season,
let's run it back. So, running it back through the last week of footy for the year, for another year, the granny. Oh, sorry. Okay, yep.
My bad. Sorry.
Phone is just cooked.
Mate, I've got to get a new one.
You gonna fix it, or are you fine with it being like
I'm
that?
trying to work out if it's a problem.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
we'll see. We'll see.
So, the granny. It has happened. It is now history. It's in the books. Geelong, the premiers of 2022.
Was there a game on this weekend?
There was a game of footy on this weekend. Yes. How long are you going to keep that on? You've been wearing that at work as well, right?
I've been wearing it since Saturday. I've taken it off to sleep and shower.
Right.
Yeah. Look, they don't come around very often, so right. I'm trying to make the most of it without being a dick. I'm obviously being a bit of a smartass on this episode. But yeah, I'm just reveling in the moment, mate.
It's the way to do it.
They got off to a great start, didn't they?
Yep.
I remember when I was driving down to our parents, I said to Tash in the car, I'm like, I don't actually think it's going to be a close game.
You did say that. You said that to me.
I said it to you as well, did I?
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know which way it's going to go, but I don't think it'll be a close game.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone expected that, though.
No.
I don't think anyone did. I mean, Geelong got off to a bloody ripper start, and they didn't look back, did they? I mean, no one expected it, but no one expected 41-6 at quarter time.
No.
It's just, that was crazy. I would have said before, as long as they start well, and they feel like they've settled into the game pretty well.
Yeah.
I'm still going to be a nervous wreck, but
yeah,
I'll be happy with how we started as long as we look like we're up for the occasion. And the the Cats just did. I mean, Joel Selwood, whether it's his last game or not, he was immense early, really helped set the tone. He had 12 touches in the first quarter.
Yeah, that first quarter was enough to just, I mean, the domination, even just the disposal count. And it was like, because I was talking to Richard about it while we were watching. We're like, it feels like Sydney haven't touched the ball. I want to see the disposal count. And it was was more than double.
Yeah.
And that tells you everything you need to know for the first quarter anyway.
Yeah. Selwood was immense. He really led by example. Dangerfield was crazy good early on.
Clearance-wise early.
Yeah, massively. Probably could have got the Norm Smith.
Yeah, I thought maybe, but
a deserved second. Like, I'm happy that, happy enough that Smith won it.
Yeah.
I mean, it could have gone to either one of those two, and I think most people would have said, yeah, fair enough. Maybe even Tyson Stengel as well.
I was going to say, I was like, if Tomahawk kicked another, or if Stengel, yeah.
I mean, there's just so many. I know we're talking Geelong a lot, and I'm sorry. I'm not that sorry. No. I'm not even that sorry that it was a boring game for most people. I'm just, I had such a fucking good day.
It was a dreadful game.
Yeah.
It was.
What happened in Sydney? Did they play their grand final against holding on against Collingwood?
So. That would have been an elite grand final.
Collingwood.
No, everyone's talking about that as well.
Yeah.
I heard a lot about that.
Yeah.
It would have been a more competitive game, or Collingwood should have beat Sydney to get into the granny.
I was wondering that, if instead of playing Brisbane, if we'd played either Richmond or Melbourne, or then if we'd played Collingwood in the grand final, it could have looked so different.
Yeah,
it really could have.
Yeah.
I forgot what I was saying. Anyway, so the Cats are premiers. The Cats are premiers.
Yes. If you forget what you're saying at any point during this episode, you can always fall back to the Cats are premiers. Or you can just randomly play it. Your phone can start randomly playing that.
Yeah, and that's not me. It's the phone. It's broke. I've had a few meetings at work this week, and I've gone through my list of things to say, and I've started with everyone that I've had. I've started with the Cats on the flag and ended with the Cats on the fucking flag.
And your phone hasn't gone off during a meeting?
No. My phone's actually quite professional.
Oh, okay. Yeah, right.
We'll comment, though. Not only was Chad Warner and Luke Parker and probably Fox as well for the Swans.
Fox,
played really well. Massive, massive shout out to Dane Rampy. His speech. The game,
right?
Crazy.
I've never seen a what do you even call that? Not a victory. The
losing captain.
The losing
speech,
captain's speech. As good as that.
Yeah, the best one I can remember. The best one I can remember.
Heartfelt. The love to Joel Selwood. It was so good.
Yeah.
And I just remember, I was like, this is probably my favourite part of the game. Then and there, as a neutral supporter, just watching the game, I was like, this is probably this is my highlight for the day.
Yeah, no, for sure. I remember what I was going to say now. There's so many good stories there. I mean, I've read a lot of comments about, I never really cared for Geelong or for Joel Selwood, and how I've seen him after the game and all that. It's really not warmed your heart, but finally seeing him get the premiership as a captain. Seeing him carry Gary Ablett's son through the banner. How he was with the Auskick kids. How he was with Sammy from Geelong, getting him over the fence and getting amongst it. The fact that I guess, and you can talk about, he's always going to have his critics about ducking and whatnot, but I feel like a lot of the AFL world has finally starting to see what the Geelong people have seen for a decade. Yeah,
because up until this point, it's very much been, obviously everyone at Geelong loves him, and everyone else is like, I wouldn't say hate him, but everyone else is divided.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so great to see.
The margin.
Yeah, wasn't a good game, was it really? For
equal fifth biggest grand final win in VFL AFL history.
While we're on that subject, what was the biggest?
It was.
Sorry, Richard.
He said you were going to bring this up.
Oh, no.
We were talking about this. Okay, so we're sitting down watching it together, right? And initially we wanted a good game, right?
Yeah.
So like up to about somewhere through the third quarter, we were like, all right, Sydney just need a couple goals here to get them on a roll. They'll get back into it. We can have a good game. That's what we wanted. And it reached the point of no return at some point in the third quarter. And like that, Richard and I both switched and were like, the Cats just need a couple more goals and they can beat 119 points.
Yep.
And then Richard was like, that will make my day. It will no longer be power with the record.
It's not a pretty record to have, is it?
No.
It's not.
No.
But yeah, so as we've said, season 22. I did that last episode. Season 2022 is done and dusted, and we were trying to figure out a way to sort of round out the footy season. Like last year, we did a fine leg to fall forward friends of the show team of the year.
Mm-hmm.
But we didn't really feel like we could do that this year because we didn't really talk footy all that much.
We're talking less and less footy and cricket.
Yeah, which we like, right?
Yeah.
So we're trying to figure out a way that we could do it. And we stumbled across this article from Zero Hanger from January this year.
Yeah.
And the article was titled, "How Open is Your Club's Premiership Window?"
Yeah.
And we thought it'd be really interesting to go through each team and compare that opinion from the start of the season to now as sort of our way of closing out the footy season. Now, this isn't a dig at the author or anything like that.
No.
We're a footy podcast.
Yep.
We wouldn't dream of making these big calls and taking them seriously. It just thought it'd be quite interesting and a bit of a different episode.
Yeah.
Probably more of a footy episode, to be honest.
Than normal, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, did you want me to? We just go through all the teams. Did you want to start?
Yeah, kick us off, mate. Alphabetical order, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Well, Adelaide's at the start, so I assume so.
Yeah.
Now, the article said that Adelaide's premiership window was closed. I'd say they've probably got that right.
Yeah.
Probably pretty fair.
I'd say so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The article has a few things about different degrees of like how open or how closed, but I think closed is pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. On to the next one.
Brisbane. So the article says wide open for the premiership window.
Okay.
And I'd say it was wide open. It was, another final series. And they took the extra step this year of actually winning a couple of finals.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I think they were my pick for the flag.
You don't think they were your pick for the flag.
Yeah, because didn't we both pick? So you picked Melbourne and I picked Brisbane 2 years in a row, right? Both years we were both like, yeah, I think Melbourne, and I was like, yeah, Brisbane. And then this year as well, you thought Melbourne.
I don't know. I thought Melbourne might go back. I don't know if I said Melbourne before Melbourne won. I don't know.
Okay.
I'll take the credit though.
Yeah.
I don't think I said that.
Take it.
I'll take it.
Take it and go.
Yeah, take it. So, where do we think? Like, have they got that based on now? Like, you reckon that's pretty bang on?
Yeah, I think so. There's a good mix of youth and experience.
Mm-hmm.
Their list is ranked 9th, the average age, so it sort of reflects that as well. That mix.
Yeah.
So you could argue it's like a sweet spot because you don't want all youth, you don't want all veterans. So
yeah.
I'd still say it's wide open. It's just a matter of sort of breaking the shackles in the same way that Melbourne did last year. Because the previous couple of years they sort of got to the finals and they sort of somewhat choked, and they were sort of known for that in finals. They broke through, so it'd be interesting to see if that happens. But yeah, I'd agree. The window is wide open.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Carlton. Now, this article said that Carlton's was opening. Now, remember, they had a lot of change at the club in the off-season.
Yep.
And I don't know who it was, whether the CEO or the chairman or whatever it was. At one of his first press conferences, he said, "We aim to play finals in 2022."
Yeah.
And everyone laughed. Everyone's like, you
very
are
much so, yeah.
delusional. No way, you are no chance.
Yeah.
And fuck me, they couldn't have got much closer without actually playing, could they?
Literally could not have gotten any closer.
So I'd say it is opening. I'd say that is still the case.
Yep.
And I reckon they'll play finals next year. I do. They've kind of done a bit dirty with injuries.
Yep.
I mean, they started 8-2 for fuck's sake.
Yeah, exactly.
And then injuries kind of took their toll. So I reckon they'll play finals next year.
I'd agree too.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. The whole opening closing thing is interesting. It's sort of like, if you think a side will make the top 8 and not get further in, does that still mean opening? I guess somewhat. Like, it depends on.
Yeah, interesting.
Like, is that how you view success? Like, is the flag the one thing? And if it is, then
Geelong have it. Yeah, boy.
Okay, going swiftly from Carlton to who the reason that Carlton didn't make the top 8, Collingwood. Jeez, the article says the window is closed.
Oh boy,
and this probably couldn't be further from the truth. I'd say it was
probably fair at the start of the season, but absolutely, not the case, is it?
Absolutely, no. I mean, they were the story of the year by far. I forget how many games they won in a row on the trot.
Was it 11?
Something. You guys ended up winning 16 in a row. I didn't realize that. 16 in a row. But anyway, it was just a great season. And seeing both Dacosses, Ginnifan, a few other players just really play really well, and young players leading and playing well, I'd say definitely at least opening.
Yeah, I'd agree.
If not already open, I'd say at least opening.
Yeah, because they're another one. They've got a great mix of youth and experience. Probably more on the side of youth and experience, I'd say.
Yeah.
And they've already been linked to a lot of players in the off-season, so they're only going to get better. I'm going to keep this moving because I don't know how we're tracking for time. This article said that Essendon's premiership window was opening. We've gone from them being so wrong about Collingwood to so wrong about Essendon.
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy, wowee. I feel like they're more of a shamble than they were the start of the year.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there was a bit of a gap between. I think they strung a few wins together towards the end of the year, but apart from that,
that's just classic Essendon, though.
Yeah.
They just cheat themselves out of a fucking draft pick.
Apart from that, there was a clear separation between sort of us, North West Coast Bombers, and pretty much everyone else. So
yeah,
that was pretty clear. So yeah, opening. Look, it should have been opening. I think
should have been.
So I think when they wrote the article, they wasn't by any means a stretch or an outlandish call,
but closed.
But yeah, closed. All right, Freo. I reckon this is bang on. They said opening and spot on. I reckon it was they made it to finals. Got through the first round of finals too.
I mean, that comeback in finals is a statement victory.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and I reckon that particular game would give them a whole lot of confidence. As soon as you win a final, you can play in pressure situations. So, just an exciting team. So I think I was rooting. I was probably said it on the pod too. I was definitely rooting for Freo in the finals and
David Mundy.
I think they'll go well next year.
You reckon?
So, yeah.
Right. Who's next? Who's next on the list?
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's a bootleg mix.
That's your phone's just lost it now. It's just When was that made? Oh, is there a drop? It's just it's a permanent drop. It doesn't.
2019.
2019.
Yeah. All right. There we go. Enough of that. Geelong. Geelong.
Yeah.
Now, this article said that Geelong's premiership window was closing.
Yeah.
And it's probably right.
Yeah.
I mean, no secret, the age of the list. I'd probably still agree with it. I'm just glad we got on before it closed.
Pretty much. That's actually the most accurate way of looking at it, I think. It's like, and I think you're well aware of it. It's like, it's probably not going to last.
No.
Like next year after, you don't know.
Hence the scarf.
So you make the most of it when it happens.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, I bet it just move right on.
Yep. The Suns. Gold Coast Suns.
We are the sons of the Gold Coast sky.
Do you know any other lines?
We are. I know the whole song.
You know the whole song.
We are one in the red, gold, and blue. We are the mighty Gold Coast Suns. We play to win the flag for you. I can keep going if you want, but I don't know if we're going to have time.
Pretty good. No, I'll take you.
Fight till we hold up the cup.
Wow.
Run all the way.
Good job. Didn't know that. There you go. Look, the article said closed, and I'd say it probably is closed as well. I'd agree to a certain level. I thought they showed glimpses throughout the year, and maybe you could argue that instead of closed, you could be very slightly open. I think, but purely based off like the glimpses.
Yeah.
But and I think I know it's a big call, but I think Tuke's only going to get better as well. So
he will. I don't know whether they hang on to rank, and I don't know what happens there. But they played this year without Ben King.
Yeah,
people forget
exactly.
Forget that, don't you?
Yeah.
So I get what you're saying. They definitely showed glimpses.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're saying anything other than close at the start of the year, I don't know.
It's probably.
I don't know. Tough.
Give them a pass on that, I reckon. Yeah.
I feel like they're another one of those sides, like North. Like, no, we'll just give them time.
Yeah.
GWS. Now, the article said opening, and you can understand why they may have said that.
Yeah.
But probably not, hey?
Yeah.
Probably not.
No.
Like, they just have a history of not necessarily being able to retain players.
Yeah.
And it's probably closing or closed.
Yeah, one or the other. I'd say closing.
Closing. We'll say closing.
Yeah.
They were in the grounding in 2019.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
But probably closing then. All
right. Hawks. So the article said closed on the Hawks. Another one where it's sort of like it's somewhere in between closing and opening.
Yeah.
Because they only won 4 less games than the Blues, and I'd argue the Blues had a great season.
Yeah.
So it's one of those in between cases.
Yeah.
They've got the 3rd youngest list in the league. So,
Yeah. I mean, you could say the same about the Crows as well, because they've got the youngest. I think they might have won the same amount of games as Hawthorn, and they have the youngest list.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Maybe, yeah. Because, the article said both of them were closed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
just
so.
Like, how far away is it from opening?
That's yeah.
Yeah. All good on that one?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Melbourne. Said the article was wide open, and you're probably a lunatic if you said anything else at that point, because they still hadn't lost at that point. They were still on their winning streak, and did they win the first 10 of the season as well?
Something like that.
Yeah. Look, they didn't get the Chockies this year, but again, you're a lunatic if you think that they won't be back in the mix next year.
Yeah, in the next couple of years, I think.
Yeah, still absolutely wide open there already.
Team chemistry, I think that's the one thing. The one thing that I reckon that's the one thing that
FIFA 12 vibes. Team chemistry.
FIFA 12 vibes. Yeah,
Team chemistry. No.
Yeah. Okay. Did
that
you?
Was all.
Yeah. No worries. I was very tempted to go down a FIFA side track, but I will not. But
yeah, I mean they might lose. Well, we're probably going to lose Luke Jackson, and they'll get a pretty handy replacement in Brodie Grundy.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
so what do you?
Fucking Gawn and Grundy.
Wow.
I mean, that was the dream Supercoach duo.
Yeah,
Anyway.
Moving on to North Melbourne. So the article surprisingly said that the door was closed.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Right. I don't know. Sorry, I don't.
It's okay. It's all right.
Sorry, North.
North. Yes.
Yeah, you talked to us about North Melbourne.
Yes. So North Melbourne.
North Melbourne. Yeah.
Look, I think I'd agree. I'd agree that the window is slightly look. It's closed. Okay, it's all right.
Wait, closed? Is that what the article said?
Yeah. The article did.
Right.
It was a bit of an outlandish statement, but I am happy to concede that there's a bit of truth to it. I think that the window is closed.
Flat out refuse to believe that.
Yeah, look, a bit of disrespect on LDU's part, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So
he's going to be a star if he's not already.
He is, but he's going to be more of a star.
Yeah. Imagine the development around him as well. The players around. Yeah.
That's it. Oh, maybe slightly opening. Oh. Nah.
That door over there, like way in the distance.
Yeah. Not this house, but like
is it actually
the next
a door?
Suburb. There's a house.
So you know how like we've got our street, and then there's a block, and then there's another street, and then there's a train station.
Yeah.
And then the town centre.
Yeah.
It's the door just the other side of the freeway, which is 10 k's past the town centre. I can just about see it over
there. Yeah. You can. It exists.
These glasses, mate, they're really good. You can see bloody ages away. So closed is what we're saying.
Look, okay, closed. It's closed.
One that was probably wrong in hindsight. Port Adelaide. The article said that it was wide open.
Yeah.
And look, sorry again, Richard, but they didn't have the season that they probably should have.
No.
I mean, they lost a lot of games early and they went on a bit of a run. Thought, are they a chance to make finals?
But
it wasn't the case. I mean, and they're quite an old list as well.
Yep.
So it's probably closing, right? Probably is closing.
Yeah, I'd say so. Moving on to Richmond now. The article... Oh, sorry, yeah.
Sorry, my phone, man. Sorry.
It's okay. Are there any other... So you got the traditional, you got that. Are there any other versions?
It's not me. It's my phone's broken.
The phone, yeah.
No,
sure.
It doesn't look like it does. No.
The article is listed Richmond as ajar.
Oh. Sorry, you want to say that sentence again?
The article has listed Richmond as ajar.
Ajar? We haven't had a jar yet.
No. But the door is ajar.
Right.
I guess it's a funny way of saying closing or opening. It could mean either. If it's like a jar, it's like just very slightly open.
Why has that got its own word?
I don't know. Maybe the person that wrote the article is a Richmond fan. I don't know. Maybe they couldn't admit that it was closing, so they changed the wording slightly. But probably not. I mean, like they made finals this year, and it was a very close game that they lost to Brizzy. So
could argue they shouldn't have lost it.
Exactly.
Really.
So you know, you can never rule them out.
And again, they're linked to a couple of players in the off season as well. So yeah, no, you can't. We said that all season.
Yeah,
all season you can't rule them out.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Now that that's a jar's probably right. To be honest, I probably agree with a jar. We're taking the piss about the wording of it.
Yeah,
trying to be positive.
Because you wouldn't say opening and you wouldn't say closing at the same time.
It's probably pretty bang on, isn't it?
It's not opening or closing. It's just a little bit open.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. The Saints. We fucking love the Saints.
We do.
Something that we haven't said for a couple of weeks because they haven't been in the final series.
Yeah, but we do love saying that we love the Saints.
How good is Jack Steele? The article said that St Kilda's premiership window is opening. It's the slowest opening of a window in the history of all windows.
But it is opening.
It is opening. Would you'd say that? Yeah?
I'd agree.
Yeah, cool.
I'd agree. I really wanted them to make finals, and they were close, but yeah, it is opening.
It is opening. Yeah.
Sydney.
Just pause there for a second.
Sorry.
There for a second.
Yes, okay.
No, on Sydney.
Okay.
something that I don't think we might have mentioned it the week after, but when we last did our season wrap, we accidentally skipped over Sydney. Do you remember?
Yes.
So I will apologise to Jaden again a year later. I will apologise again because he's probably listening, and I'm sorry I didn't think about this until this very moment. I'm sorry, Jaden.
It's okay. Maybe we'll make it a yearly thing where we apologise for forgetting Sydney.
Well, I was apologising for all the Geelongness.
Right. Okay.
Post grand final.
Yeah.
But also, carry on, Sydney.
It was listed as ajar.
Another ajar.
Another ajar.
How can you be a door but be ajar?
Well, I mean, you'd think that they'll be back.
They'll be back.
They should be. I was talking to Richard about this, though, my stats man, straight after the game, and he was talking about how a big loss can sometimes, in a grand final, like he was like, that can really hurt you at times. And he was like, he thought a similar thing happened to GWS a few years ago, where it's sort of like it almost demoralizing.
Yeah.
And it's sort of, how do you recover from that? But I still think they'll be back.
I think so. I hope so. We love the Swans.
Yeah.
West Coast? Yep. The article said closing.
Same as Geelong. Yeah.
Same as Geelong.
Closing.
Yeah. Well,
yes.
I mean, they won the grand final in 2018. I don't know when they last made finals, to be honest. Similar age range, but it's probably not closing, is it? It's probably closed, locked, and they've lost the key.
Yeah.
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 We love the Eagles. Ooh, that didn't sound right. That leaves the Dogs, does it not?
Dogs.
I'm going to scroll down just a little further and you might want to see
yes.
it. There you go.
Wide open.
Wide open.
That's what the article said.
Yeah.
And look, I'd agree. I feel like they had to scrap to make finals. Absolutely. They were on the fringe. But,
did they deserve it?
Questionable.
Yeah, it's probably a different kind of conversation.
So, yeah. But I mean, they made it. And once they do make it, you can never write them off because they're that type of team.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say wide open, though. I'd say open.
Yeah. Leaning towards closing?
No?
No? Okay.
No.
All right.
Definitely open, but not wide open. Not in the same level as like a Melbourne or something like that, I reckon.
Yeah. Just before we move on into get forward, just one more thing. Geelong won the flag. So getting forward, now that we've gotten all that out of the way about Premiership windows, based on the comments that we've made about Premiership windows, and based on the fact that Geelong have won the flag.
They have, yeah.
Who are you tipping for the 2023 flag? Freo.
Yeah.
Nice. I like it.
Just because I want them to win.
Yeah. Nah. Good call.
I think they're a young, exciting team. I think they're probably one of the most exciting teams to watch.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'd love to see them win it. I'd also love to see the Blues win it, but I think Freo have got a better chance of doing it. So I reckon they're my tip. Okay.
You reckon if they make the grand final, they'll bring Mundy out of retirement?
Oh, imagine that.
Plays the granny?
Yeah, just play granny, man. Do it. Do it. Yeah.
Good call.
What do you reckon? Who's your tip?
Oh, I actually don't know.
Cats, back to back.
Yeah, right. Yeah, sure. There you go. That means we're not gonna. Nah. I'll go Melbourne. I'll go Melbourne. I know it's so hard to go back to back, but they'll be back.
Switch on.
Okay, so it's time to switch on, and it might be time to wake up a little bit because we just want to say congrats if you got through that whole of Run It Back because that was a long one. That was probably our longest one.
Bit of a boring episode, I reckon.
It's always difficult to decide on what we want to do to round out a season because we're not a footy podcast.
No.
But we are a footy podcast.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah? You know what I mean? Anyway, so we're going to switch on. Hopefully we wake you up a little bit.
Yep.
I have 4 questions for you this week.
Wow.
Mate, on the theme of a long-ass episode.
Yep.
I'm going to get stuck into it. So it wasn't all doom and gloom for the Swans. They actually won the coin toss.
Oh.
To which end did they choose to kick? You weren't expecting that, were you?
No, I wasn't. What are the two options again?
No. Which end did they choose to kick?
They chose to kick towards...
It's the punt road end or the city end?
The punt road end.
The city end.
The city end.
Question 2. What is the record for most goal assists ever in a grand final?
For an individual or for a team?
For an individual.
It's a great question.
Thank you.
You knew I'd like that question.
Mm-hmm.
Usually throughout a season, players will only... The elite players with goal assists will only average a little over 1 per game.
Really?
Yeah. Usually it hovers around 1.3, 1.4 a goal assist per game for like the best the game.
You sound well researched on this.
The goal assists, mate.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, no, of course. Right. Penny just dropped.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I think in a grand final, for one specific game, that's averages aside, I'm sure there would have been at least a game where someone's had at least, I'm going to say 4.
You're closer than I thought you'd get, actually. I thought you'd go way over, to be honest. The record is 6.
Right.
It was Dangerfield.
Really?
On Saturday.
What?
Yep.
There you go.
Probably could have got
should have been Norm.
I mean,
6 goal assists.
Do you know
6 goal assists in one game?
Yep.
It's ridiculous.
He had a good day. I mean, he won Player of the Final Series.
Yeah.
Gary Ayres medal, is it? Is that what it's called? Doesn't matter.
Sure. Yeah.
Question 3. How many times does a player kick their first career goal in a VFL AFL grand final? Sam De Koning did it on the weekend. Marlon Pickett did it in 2019.
That's right. I do remember Pickett. That was the most recent example I thought of. How
many times has it happened in VFL
I'm sure it's
AFL
happened
history?
plenty of times. I'm sure it's happened plenty of times, even just with like...
Sorry.
That's it. No, it's okay. It's okay. You should find other versions of it, though. Your phone should find other versions
I could
of it.
get, my phone could find.
You could make another version. You could do a cover of it.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
I'm going to just give you a random number. I feel like it would have happened a fair few times.
Finish the bet. All the best.
Nice. I'm going to say it's happened 15 times.
16.
What?
16. Oh, that's a good effort.
Okay.
Well done. All right. And look, I might have added this one after the fact, inspired by one of your questions that I saw.
Yeah.
Including this very episode.
Yeah.
How many footy episodes, and I use the term footy loosely, how many footy episodes have we done this season since the start of the season?
So episodes based, so like the inspiration for the episode is footy, or like we made an episode during footy season?
During footy season. So
Okay.
so our first episode for footy season I'm classing as opening bounce 2022.
Yeah.
How many from then till now, including this one?
Well, it would pretty much just be, so we missed.
How many did we miss though?
I'm going to assume we missed 5 weeks, so, or something like that. I'm just going to say we have done 22.
Since opening bounce 2022, this is our 27th episode.
27th
episode.
There you go.
We put a lot of content out there, mate.
Not bad.
Yeah.
When you sort of look back at it, and yeah.
Give yourself one.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know why you didn't go across. You made that weirdly. Like, why'd you? Fucking hell, you're weird. Anyway, that was all I've got.
Nice. Okay,
4 questions.
Yeah, it's good. I've got 3.
Right.
First one is inspired by yours somewhat. The cat. Yep.
Sorry.
Yep. The Cats. The Cats averaged the most goal assists per game this year for any team with 10.7 per game.
Jeez, and Dangerfield got 6.
On the but per game average for the Cats 10.7 as a team. Which side averaged the least?
I mean, my mind straight away goes to one of the lower scoring teams.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say North,
okay.
So I'll say West Coast.
Okay, it's North.
Damn! I hate that I'm such a nice guy.
Oh yeah.
I hate that I'm such a nice guy. Oh, God. Sorry, I'll get my phone fixed.
Question 2. Which team had the least amount of disposals per game on average this year out of the 18 sides?
I mean, I'm leaning towards North or West Coast.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I reckon you've intentionally put both of them in. I'll go North this time.
Gold Coast Suns.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
in terms
right,
of,
okay.
Total disposals for the season. Oh, sorry, average disposals per game for the season.
Just kicking it along, mate.
Yeah, that's it. You don't need to necessarily have the most touches to win the game.
Just get the ball forward.
Yeah, kick long, have fun.
If you know, you know. That might be the deepest cut we've ever done.
Wow.
Here.
And there's been a few deep cuts.
Oh.
Question 3. Episode 40 from earlier this year was inspired by our TV. Our TV that we had a bit of fun with.
By our TV?
Yep. What was the name of this episode? What's the title of the episode?
Oh.
Do you remember we made an episode about our TV?
No. What would the hold on, let me think.
You got to think about the inspiration.
Let me think.
Because we don't, this is what we've done this, and like we've probably, mainly this year, we don't necessarily look at what happened during the week in terms of footy and stuff. Sometimes we do, but we look at the stuff that happens in our lives too. Like,
I will not live in a world where you know a fact about this podcast that I don't know. I just flat out refuse to let that happen. TV. Oh, no, it wasn't that one. No, was it that one? Was it something we'd change? Something we'd change? I don't think it was the sneaking things into the ground.
Mm.
So it was after like certainly after the boat episode.
Episode 40.
Yeah, I think the boat was like 32.
From earlier this year.
Thank you.
I feel like I'm just like, I want to.
No, I know, because usually I'll be rushing you for an answer, so I feel like you're filling in. I really want to get this.
I know you want to get it.
I really want to get this. I feel like it was around the time of Ashwini, but it obviously wasn't that, because that was politics. That was around the election.
Yeah.
TV. I've got it.
Mm.
It was the Pointless episode, wasn't it? Because we couldn't watch TV channels.
Yes.
So TV without having to watch TV. What was it called, though? Pointless. It wasn't just called Pointless.
My tummy.
It wasn't just called Pointless. What was it called? Was it a little bit pointless?
Yes, got it.
Oh, God, the cats.
You just can't lose, mate. You can't lose.
Money! Money!
Alrighty, time for... No,
sorry, my bad.
That's okay.
My bad.
Alrighty, time for...
Sorry.
My mate's...
Sorry.
Multi. So, I'd just like to apologise before I go any further to the listeners for my tummy, because I feel like I can hear my tummy rumbling.
Yeah, it's like the sounds you've been making have actually been really, really distracting.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'd just like to apologise for that, just in case if anyone's found my tummy annoying throughout this episode.
That's good, mate. That's good. Also, I haven't actually heard it, to be fair. So,
Really?
yeah, you're right.
It'll be interesting when you do the sound thing to hear it, because I
do the sound thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm very, very invested in this podcast.
Hey, come on.
I am. No, I do the video. I do the video stuff, right? But it's kind of like the sound. Yeah, the sound stuff's your stuff. The video stuff's my stuff.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Anyway, I was doing my mate's multi leg one.
Oh yes, that's why we're here
for last week. I said at least 2 of the Oz kickers who present Premiership medals will not receive a handshake from their respective players. Yes, there were about 5.
Oh, Tom Stewart had a nightmare, didn't he?
I was very intently watching this because I obviously had a leg on it. Tom Stewart's was, my goodness.
Yeah. Did you see him the next day? I don't know what show it was on. He was like asking people to help him find the little girl so that he could make things right. Apparently, the moment overwhelmed him, but it's also like, she's right in front of you, bro. Like, It's not hard. It's not hard to not be a cunt. And in that moment, he was a cunt.
Nice callback. I forgot that was a thing.
Yeah.
Leg 2. There will be no representative from the Adelaide Crows in the final of the grand final sprint. Yes, there was no representative from the Adelaide Crows.
Sorry, that was really weird. You said yes and then shook your head.
Yeah. It's like is that a Curry thing? It might be a Curry thing. Yeah. It's like, yeah. Well, yeah. It's like you just like shake your head and like, yeah.
I am saying nothing.
I know. Okay. What were your thoughts on the curved sprint, by the way? Did you see that?
I didn't see the sprint.
Normally the grand final sprint's just in a straight line, but the AFL decided to
it was curved, wasn't it?
It was curved. Yeah.
No, I didn't see it.
It was a curved 50-meter sprint, which was interesting. It was copped plenty of abuse online, I'll say, to put it lightly.
To be fair, people are never happy though, are they?
Yeah, that's true. I don't really care. But anyway, so that's 2 from 2. And leg 3, I said there will be a meme that arises from the grand final entertainment. To be fair, I didn't go looking. Like I didn't. I feel like if I went on the AFL memes page or something, there probably would have been something. But I didn't go looking because I was like, if it's not viral, it doesn't count.
Yeah. So to be fair, obviously I'm on socials a lot more than you are. I didn't really see anything about the entertainment.
Yep. So I'm happy to cop the L on that one.
2 out of 3, though. We take that.
2 out of 3.
2 out of 3 ain't bad. So mine from last week, I said I will get my mum to do at least 1 shot on Saturday. Couldn't get it done. Unfortunately. So none on that one. Mm-hmm. None from 1. Leg 2. Leg 2, I said the Norm Smith medalist will be under 30. 10 minutes before the show, I changed my leg from over 30 to under 30.
It was very much 10 minutes before.
It might have been less.
Yeah.
So obviously Smithy being the oldest ever winner of it.
Yep.
So that didn't get up either. So none from 2. And then I said the first bounce of the grand final will have to be recalled. Now I had to ask if it was recalled because obviously I missed it.
You missed it, yeah.
But no, apparently it was a fucking perfect bounce.
Yeah.
So I got none from 3.
Nice.
And if me getting none from 3 means the Cats win the flag, I will absolutely take that.
You'll take it? Your phone will take it as well?
Every week.
Yeah. To be fair, I got 2 out of 3 and you got none, so I feel like
we're averaging 1 out of 3.
We're averaging 1 out of 3, which is good.
Things we'd love to see.
Yeah. So my legs for this week, the Golden State Warriors will lose both of their preseason games before the next episode.
Whoa. B-ball's back.
B-ball is back. Well, preseason, but yeah, it's back. Kind of back. Yeah. Leg 2. As we record this, the Queensland Bulls are currently coming last in the Marsh One Day Cup. By the next episode, they will be in the top 2.
Oh, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
And leg 3, the NRL Grand Final is this weekend on Sunday.
Yep.
Bliss and Esso are one of the groups that are going to be doing the entertainment.
Right.
Jimmy Barnes is as well, a few other names.
Yep.
Bliss and Esso are going to perform their track Moments, which is a beautiful track. We love Moments. And so leg 3 is during this performance of Moments, they will ask the crowd to put their hands up and sway from side to side. At some point during the performance, that will happen.
Are you going to watch the game or just search up the performance?
Look, probably search up the performance, but I might watch the game.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
No, I like that. Good variety there. Variety of sports. My legs for this week. Number 1, Joel Selwood will announce his retirement before our next episode.
It's happening.
I feel like the writing was on the wall with a lot of the emotions that were, I guess, exploding.
Yep.
Towards the end of the game and after the game. So be sad to see him go. But that's definitely going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And leg 2, the attendance at the NRL Grand Final will not have a number 2 in it.
I like that leg. That's good.
It will also be less than 100,000. Anyway, leg 3, I will be asked to remove this very Geelong scarf from my person by someone in the office before the week is done.
Yeah, nice.
Been wearing it again since Saturday.
Yep.
And I'm not going to stop wearing it anytime soon.
Okay.
And I reckon someone in the office might get a little pissed off by it.
And are you going to listen to them? Or?
No, but
okay.
they will ask me.
They will ask you, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's going to happen. 3 out of 3. I'm coming back with a vengeance.
Your phone hasn't gone off randomly you sure, in the office?
No, I fixed it. No, it's actually, when it realises when I'm in the office and it behaves.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty, that's going to pretty much do it for an episode and the season. So the footy season's all wrapped up, mate. So thanks to the listeners for making this footy season. I'd argue it's the best one yet. Not just because of the outcome for a certain individual.
My phone's working.
It's working.
Yeah, it's not
your phone's back to normal.
Yes.
That's good. That's good. But huge thanks to the listeners for an amazing season of footy.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a wild. Like, I'm proud of us and proud of all of you in the Flitwick community for growing with us, and we've been pretty persistent. I mean, still feel like the sky's the limit, and cricket season is already upon us. We're going to have a bit of a spell post footy season, so I don't know whether we're taking 1 week or 2 weeks off, but we'll be sure to let you know as soon as we figure that out. But for now, mate.
Yes.
What are you going to say?
I'm going to... it's the bridge, right?
Off? Yeah.
It's footy season, cricket season. We're at the border. So keep kicking sixes.